Research says that women are twice as likely to get depression as compared to men. I think a couple of reasons are, one is, of course, the hormonal fluctuations that we go through. So it could be around the time of menstruation. Postpartum depression is extremely common. Menopausal depression, where we end up experiencing again highs and lows. So in terms of constitution, the way our hormones are existing in the body, we are prone to more of mood swings as compared to men. That's the one. Second is, if we really look at it, women play multiple roles. So there are constant set of having to live within certain societal expectations and norms. A woman is also a nurturer and caretaker at home. She's also expected to be an achiever outside. So kind of balancing all of that. Women have their own needs. I want to do something in my life. I want to, make a difference. I want to make a mark. But at the same time, I'm also a mother. So if I'm really pursuing something that I want, is my child going to get neglected? Is my family going to get neglected? So these kind of hard choices, and the fact that playing multiple roles, balancing a lot of moods, all of that a woman does predisposes her to sadness. And one last thing in this whole chain is that women are designed to be givers. So even when a woman is going through lows, they are not trained to be self-nurturing. They are not trained to ask, what do I need right now? Or am I going through a mental health crisis? So a woman tends to really push herself to the extreme till there is a breakdown, and then I can't go on. Till then there is not even a willingness to look at, do I need care, attention? Because there's so much focus on giving it outside.
A lot of mental tension, emotional stress gets stored in your body. A lot of tension. And if you think about anxiety, when we get anxious, we get tensed, right? We get a lot of tension in our body. Sometimes we get tight, we get sweaty, different for different individuals. Now, what do? It's a fight and flight mechanism that gets triggered at that point of time. So your body is actually programmed to fight or flight or freeze. What does it mean? Fight means run, like do fighting. Flight means run away, correct? So that's a physical activity expected by the mind. Normally, since it is a mental issue, a mental stress, we don't move. We are sitting there with that stress. So where does this energy, this movement energy go? It stays in the body. So a physical activity actually helps us release this tension from our body. So, a lot of research has shown how a physical activity a day has helped reduce anxiety in most individuals on this fact in itself, right? Of course, other than that, when you do a physical activity, happy hormones, where there's dopamine, there's serotonin, there's endorphins, which are released, which automatically comes to the brain and tells it, everything is good, all is good, be okay. It also helps in regulating your nervous system. When I do a physical activity, now my breathing has gone up and down and suddenly come to a calm, right? Once we've ran, we come down and we release that breath. So we release that negative energy from within us. We release a lot of tension from within us. And now my body is all like it's all good. Now it sends a signal to the mind saying all good. So mentally also feeling all good. So these are few things, of course, how physical activities help mental health, right? But that being said, both needs to work hand in hand. As I said, mind controls body also controls the mind. Yes.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any videos by us.